right. Look like everything's straight. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. So I do a little live stream while I'm riding. Got nothing else to do. Peace to the gods. What's going on, y'all? Hopefully y'all been enjoying the information. I've been, wow, damn, 139 people jumped on that fast. Peace. Hopefully y'all been enjoying the videos that I've been sharing with all of you. That latest one, that corporate nation, very good, very good. I'd never even heard of that gentleman before, but he's on it. He was on it. Very, very good information. Very, very well put together. And that's what it's all about. It's all about, you know, do we have a, you know, because a lot of y'all like kind of like be reacting to the government as if it is a constitutional Republican government when it's really a corporation, you know. And this may be their little test to see, like, okay, let's see if all our corporate citizens, how much of a control we have over all our corporate citizens. That's what it really could be. He said, help you in the middle of your case. Yeah, it will. They putting that dude dropped some stuff in that video. That was a nice little video. I had found something similar to that on the state of Washington. I misplaced it where, you know, they basically telling you it's a corporation. Yeah, but he found something for all 50 damn states. I'm like, wow. I mean, it's a corporation, y'all. It's a corporation. It's a corporation. And they are a for-profit corporation. Everything else is just pretend. Like when I tell people, when I first learned this, you know, I had 4 rules to the game. You know, the 4 rules is, you know, there's a public and private, it don't mix. There is no money. You have to stay in honor at all costs and do not participate in public plays. And the last one was one that I really, really used to harp on a lot. Do not participate in public plays because, you know, their courtroom is like a public play. You know, they're in there, you know, moving through, you know, I still to this day, I look at a lot of criminal cases. Like they just charged some guys for, you know, they put out, you know, a thing, and I forgot which state it was, you know, you couldn't, you know, congregate more than what, 10 people or something like that. I forgot the exact number. And then they started doing the social distancing and all that. And they made it like a crime, you know, in this state. And I'm sitting here, you know, and it's against the public welfare. And it's an interesting thing too. I was watching, what movie was that? It was 12 Monkeys. Go watch 12 Monkeys and see what Bruce Willis was charged with. Just really listen to the movie at the beginning and listen to his charges. Very similar to what they are implementing today. Real interesting. But, you know, I'm sitting here thinking also, I'm like, wow, you know, they hitting them with these corporate statutes. And, you know, there's some sort of presumption of jurisdiction because they don't ever like to talk about jurisdiction. What gives you jurisdiction over them? They'll say, you know, you talk to an attorney and say, well, he lives in the geographical area. That's what gives them jurisdiction. And that's bullshit. That's, well, you know, maybe under a Republican form of government, that's true, but not with what they're doing. It's some sort of territory. Now, this word territory, this is a word when I first got into this over 15 years ago. That was a word I did a lot of research on and had a lot of problems finding information on. I had a lot of problems finding information on it in American jurisprudence and a lot of the, and really getting a thorough understanding of it and all the law dictionaries and things like that. There's information out there, but what I understood is that this is about their territory. What is their territory? Their territory is what gives them jurisdiction. And that's and it really is Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 is the delegation of authority that they receive from the Constitution, where they have plenary power over all their insular possessions and their territory. And these territories is what constitutes the United States, not the United States of America, but the United States. It's property of Congress. So I didn't understand. So, I didn't understand, what is their territory? And their territory is anything they create, obviously, or that was delegated to them through the Constitution or something to that effect. The federal district courts, their district is a territory. You see their word district. Yeah, like the United States District Court for the Southern District of Georgia, Atlanta Division. That's the federal court here in Atlanta. But it's a district, and I started studying this word district, and I found out district is a territory. And a territory is really operating, I don't want to say outside the Constitution, but it's within. That's why you always hear me say this word plenary power. It's within the plenary power control of Congress, which kind of effectively sets it outside of the jurisdiction because of the Constitution, because no one has any say-so over how that property is utilized. Not the other branches of government, not anyone. They have full power and control over. That's what plenary means. So another thing, the straw man, it's all caps name, is their creation, and that would constitute some sort of within their territory. This word territory, it's a word that, one of the words that stumped me a lot when I first started this years ago, because I was finding information on everything, but when they don't want you to know something, they keep it hazy, they keep it blurry. And, you got to be looking, digging to try to find the information on it. A lot of times you got to go back in history, because in history, they weren't really trying to hide things from people. Today, they're trying to hide information from you, or trying to, obfuscate information, make it hard for you to understand, or not, but back in, they didn't have that kind of scheme going on, about 200 years ago. So you can go and look at, some old law books and everything. You can find a lot of your answers in the old books. But that's what, that word territory is what is giving them all this power that they're doing right now. They can come on and say, hey, all y'all put on some masks, and if you don't, I'm gonna put you in jail. You spit on the sidewalk, I'm gonna put you in jail. Anything that you can be charged with where you do not hurt anyone or their property, a corpus delicti, or the plaintiff or the person charging you is some sort of legal fiction like United States. Like, under the 6th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America, you have a right to face your accuser. All right, and the right to know the nature and cause of any action brought before you. And, it's like, well, how am I going to face United States? I can't bring United States in court. So I'm a real person and going against a legal fiction. But if public and private don't mix, then it can't be me going against legal fiction. It had to be a legal fiction going against another legal fiction. In other words, United States, all caps, against my name, all caps. So it has to be some sort of charge against my state, which means that it's civil in some kind of a way, with some sort of criminal penalty attached to it. And the only jurisdiction that you can get something like that in is admiralty. And, admiralty is reserved for Article 3. So if Congress is exercising some sort of admiralty jurisdiction, then it must be colorable. 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242 violation sounds like to me. How many of y'all know about 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242, conspiracy against rights and conspiracy under color of law, of rights? Two good codes to know about. If you don't know about them, you should read them. 18, because it seems like a lot of that is going to come into play with this coronavirus stuff. You know, it's like some 18 USC type stuff, 241 and 242. I'm driving, y'all, so I can't really read. Y'all gonna have to talk to each other. I can't really, answer your questions like I want to, but I will in a second as soon as I get to my destination. So, I'm thinking that this is real important. I think sometimes we have a tendency when something like an emergency happens or something like that, we have a tendency to, kind of forget the fundamentals. And the fundamentals in this case would be, what is the nature, the real true identity of the government? Are we have some sort of corporate government, or is it a constitutional republic that we have? Are we still and where does this democracy come from? This is what keeps stumping me, is that we have a democracy. I'm like, I don't see the word democracy anywhere in the Constitution. I haven't seen the word there. When you read the Pledge of Allegiance, it's not in there. It doesn't say into the democratic government for which it stands. It says into the republic for which it stands. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the word liberty is another one that, trumps, because liberty is not freedom. We have liberties. No, I have freedom, man. I don't want no liberty. And that's why I think that YouTube took my Boer Wars down, because the reason I put up the Boer Wars is because Uncle Kruger, and I don't know if y'all know about the Boer Wars or anything, but Uncle Kruger made a statement in there when Great Britain, because they wanted the gold mines in South Africa, all right? But when Great Britain, they was offering them terms of peace, and they were talking about giving them liberties, Uncle Kruger said, we don't want no liberties, we want freedom. And that was the first time I'd heard anything in a movie said like that. He said that, and the boy said, we don't want liberties, we want freedom. Fuck them liberties. That's another throw off, I think, that has happened to us, going all the way back to Patrick Henry and all of them. They put liberty in there. How your government gives you liberty. The liberties, you have freedom. It's the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's not the land of liberty and the home of the brave. It's land of the free. Liberties is something that you give, military personnel, something like that. When they come in, it's time for them to take a little break and everything. They want to get out and do some time when you got some liberties. It's like, nah, this is freedom. Let's start using the word. I thought I was free. Free. What is freedom? What does that mean? That be, I didn't hear a congressman to kind of like break that down, like somebody in the public, one of our public servants. You gotta always call that, because they hate that shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, especially them damn judges. They hate that shit when you come in and call them a public servant. They be ready to fire up on your ass and everything. Police hate it. You a public servant. You are a servant, okay? You are a servant, right? A public servant. You serve the public. You are elected. The people put you into that position, not rule over them, but to serve their interests. You have a constituency. Right? Your constituency say, this is why we are electing you, because this is what we want. And you are a trustee of that. You have a duty to perform to that particular constituency. But they're not doing that. I mean, it's just straight out like, I think it's treasonous. A lot of them are doing. And they always want to obfuscate something, or a lot of the issues too. I'm gonna say this too. I had to say this. A lot of this has to do with also that they think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. They do. They think we're stupid. They think you're illiterate. You don't know how to read. If I tried to explain this shit to you, you wouldn't understand it anyway. It have to be, because some of the stuff that when I was watching that corporate nation video, my man was on there asking him those questions about, the Kafirs and all that right there. You're looking at him and it's not. And you forget, and this is another thing too, what I learned about, a lot of people in the public and then people in the private. You know, you got a lot of people out there, they just kind of like give public officials, you know, they just like assume like attorneys, doctors, public officials, because they have a degree, it's automatically assumed that they're intelligent. You know, it's like, oh, he's intelligent. He has a degree. He went to such and such school. He has this kind of education. And that is not always the case. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you that. You know, some of these guys took these jobs because their parents made them. You know, they're not even working in something that they were passionate about. You know, they just had to go do it, or, you know, it was already picked for them. Then also, if you think your constituents are stupid, I know the feeling. I can understand that. You know, if you're trying to help somebody and they refuse to help themselves and they just keep coming to you, eventually, you know, you probably do change. You know, after you've been in government for a while, you probably do start thinking like, man, fuck, you know, that probably happens too. You know, I can see how that could happen. I can see how it could happen. I can see how it could happen. Where we at? 398. Okay. Let's see what we got. But, oh yeah, what else I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about the coronavirus, the wearing a mask. You know, I was watching this television program yesterday where they were having some meeting. I don't know what, I forgot the name of it, but you know, it was basically they're trying to like make everybody put on masks now. And you know, and in the meeting, you know, they're going over, you know, the effectiveness of the mask. It's only about 75% effective, so they say. But what was really interesting of what they said was, they said the reason you wear a mask is so you won't give anyone the virus. It's not to protect you from getting the virus, it's to protect everyone else from getting the virus from you. And, you know, they be in there explaining stuff, you know, and then at some point, this is why I always talk about natural law. This is why they look foolish to me, at least to me, because they try to act like there's not a cure for something and everything. That goes against natural law, because one of the natural law principles is polarity. Everything has a polarity. A thing is unbound the way it is bound. That's a legal principle. So there's always a cure, because the way that something is contracted, it can be reversed. Anything that can be done can be reversed. Anything in the universe. Okay, there are two sides to everything. Okay, and there's a polarity to it. This is what's called alchemy. This is where you get alchemy from, working alchemy. So every time they say there's not a cure for something, I just kind of look at it like, how can it not be a cure for something? There's a natural law cure for everything. It doesn't, you know, but then I begin to understand what they're saying. They haven't figured out an artificial way to manipulate something natural. That's all I hear. We can't figure out in our laboratories how to artificially do something. And then here's the next thing. This is what gets me too. This is what really, really gets me. They are actually trying to make you, force you to put something in your body, all right, that they don't really even understand all the side effects to. But it's some sort of chemical that was made in a laboratory. All right, this is why I'm saying that your government officials, they straight up heathens, because in your Bible, and most of them are Jews, and the Jews don't believe in all that stuff, you know, they're like, he's a heathen, but it tells you straight up, I gave you the herbs of the field for your healing. All right, so I'm just kind of wondering, I thought we had this Christian government, you know, and they look like anything but Christians or anything like that, and why they seem to think that they haven't cured anything. Okay, it's the next thing. All right, what have they cured? What have they cured? Okay, let's run it down. Have they cured the common cold? No. Did they cure AIDS? Remember, AIDS came out. It was about AIDS was kind of like as big as this was, but they wasn't shutting shit down. I mean, when AIDS dropped and everything, that was some big shit. When AIDS dropped, it's a virus too. You know, no, they didn't shut down. No, they ain't got no cure for AIDS. Never found one for AIDS. Do they got a cure for cancer? No, never found a cure for cancer. They got a cure for heart disease? No, no cure for it. They got a cure for a common cold? Did I say that? No. Okay, so I'm trying to see, and then I have to use common sense. If you haven't found a cure for anything, then what do you know? All right. They'll try to say, well, we know X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. But if you can't cure it, then you really, how much of it can you really understand? You know, how much of it can you really understand? It's like, or you do know that it can be cured because you know that the only way it can really be cured is by, addressing the cause and not working for the effect. But you can't tell everybody that, because if you tell everybody that, you're not going to make any money, which is another interesting thing to me, because, it's interesting to see how, we have a pandemic going on and commerce is just moving right along. Walmart is making so much money, they got to hire 150,000 employees. I don't know if they emptying out their warehouses for Walmart. I don't know. I think it's something going on with that Walmart situation. McDonald's never shuts down. Is that a necessary business? McDonald's, McDonald's wide open and everything. They going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm just not seeing it. It's like business is booming for certain businesses, not other businesses. They killed all the mom and pop stores and all that shit, all the corporations and everything. They still riding. Bank is open. I'm looking at Wells Fargo right now. They open. Quick Trip ain't skipped a motherfucking beat. Now the gas stations. Hell, even some of the T-Mobiles is still open and shit. I ain't understand it, I ain't understand. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. Let me park right here real quick. I gotta get some gas, y'all. I gotta get some of this good cheap gas. Ooh, we look at them prices, man. That was almost, that kind of went up a little bit. Now they trying to jump back up. They know everybody getting out here in Atlanta. Everything, they started to get crowded out on the streets again here in Atlanta and everything. It's like people like, man, fuck this, man. Y'all motherfuckers bullshitting, So everybody started to come outside. So they said, let's make them all put on their mask if they're going to come out. And Trump is getting ready to, open the gates and let the economy start back and everything. And then they try to say, well, do Trump have the authority to, over all the, yes, he has the authority, because all y'all fucking state governments, y'all dependents, motherfucker. Y'all asking the federal government for shit. What do you mean, do we have the authority? You goddamn right he has the authority, oh begging motherfucker. Why y'all trying to act like you don't understand that shit? All right? Y'all begging the government for shit. Okay? You begging them. Yeah, he got the authority. Not to mention y'all sub corporations of the United States Corporation. Y'all know that shit. Y'all trying to act like y'all don't understand that shit. Both people come in, look at Trump. He's, he just sees an authority. Y'all know goddamn all these state governments and everything, they bankrupt. They done pledged all the property and all the people. All right, they done jumped in on with this. Now they try to act all brand new, like they don't know what the fuck is going on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Act like brand new. They put some gas in my whip real quick. I'll be right back. I get some of this cheap gas, man. Gas, like, man, it almost like for a minute, man, I thought it would get down to the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like in the 80s, you like shit, you can make it to work off $2 of gas and everything. Put $2, everybody, you know, we go out and get $2. Some of y'all remember that? I might be telling on myself and everything. It was like, dang, prices was dropping. I'm hit them up. I'm hitting licks at Quick Trip every time I pass by one. But farmer can't make money on cures. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, I'm looking at it. You know, and then the people that's telling y'all to put on masks and social distance, you know, they on TV, they ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? They not putting on no. I'm watching this one show, and right when they started talking about, well, they need to put on masks, they all put on their mask in the meeting and everything, you know. Man, these people be playing y'all like, man, if you can't see what they doing, I mean, it's like, it ain't even that intelligent. It's just not that intelligent to me. I'm cool with if you kind of like fool me and you do some intelligent shit, but you know, when you like insult my intelligence, it's kind of like, you know, insulting your intelligence ain't nothing worse than somebody insult your intelligence. You know, the hospitals is supposed to be full, but then every time somebody show you a hospital, ain't shit going on in it. You know, don't nobody know nobody who knows anybody who have coronavirus and shit. Where the damn funerals and shit for all these dead people? You know what, you know, there's doctors coming out telling you like, you know, and do y'all know this? Let me tell y'all something. Did you know this? Do y'all know they get $30,000 every time they diagnose somebody with coronavirus? Did you know that? Now, if that's not a motherfucking incentive to say somebody got coronavirus, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. They get $30,000 up to, it's up to, is it 40,000? Somebody say 40. You know, I got some family members in medical, and I told her, she said, yeah, that's true. She got off the phone with me. She got off the phone with me when she said it. She had to go. And I said, you know, you're getting $30,000 every time they diagnose somebody with the coronavirus. Yeah, that's true. Click. I'm like, you know, now think about it, y'all. If somebody put that out there for you, 30,000, wouldn't you? Now that explains why everybody's getting diagnosed. They ain't took no tests. You don't need nothing. You don't need no evidence to show a person don't have coronavirus. All you need to do is the symptoms. So if you're just displaying any type of symptom or anything like that, and I can hit a $30,000 lick every time you come into my office. I'm sorry, I was a hustler, y'all. I was a hustler. Now some of y'all employees, y'all may not, you know, think like how we think and everything, but I was a hustler. Okay, that's a lick. You know, those are nice licks. You know what I'm saying? We call those licks and everything. Those kind of tight, those nice licks right there. That's like easy lick. You come into my office, yeah, you got coronavirus. 30 grand. That's a lick. That's a lick. That's a lick, man. See right there, limit. What is that? Lemon for life. 13,000. What do you say? 13,000 for the diagnosis. 30,000 for putting in on the death certificates. That's why I said you getting paid. Is that a lick, my man, or what? Is that a lick? What would you do? I mean, you gotta think about it. You ain't really hurting nobody because there ain't nobody dying. All you gotta do is say, because all it is they agenda. They say, look, y'all, we need this coronavirus because we need to take these motherfuckers, put them in slavery and shit. You know, they gonna do what the fuck we say. So here, y'all gonna help us out, roll this out. Here, and then, well, what's in it for us? I tell you what, everybody y'all diagnosed with coronavirus, 30 grand. I'm getting you like, how's that? Bet, run it. Well, over there don't put me. I'm not lying. Y'all go and check it. I'm not lying. They might take the video down and everything, saying that, They're telling doctors to diagnose CV even without evidence for nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But you got to think it makes sense that they would do that, because if they had some sort of evidence that you didn't have it, well, that's gonna fuck up my money. I don't need to test you, all right? Because if I test you and then you come up with a negative or something like that, and I got some sort of laboratory evidence that you didn't have it, well, there's some civil actions that could be associated with that for you misdiagnosing me. Number one, I don't need to do any of that. All right, they gave me a gray area to operate in. If I just think that you got it, I can say it. I'm rolling with that. I'm rolling with that 100%, because first of all, it's not going to have any liability. No liability is on me. All the liability rests on the individuals who's giving me the money. They're just telling me that, hey, if you diagnose them, if they got any slight symptoms of it, you can say they have coronavirus, I'm going to get $30,000. Hey, that's them. They're the ones doing it. They're telling us what to do. They're the people who gave us the license. They're telling us what to do. They rolling with it. I can see that. That's money. Hold on, let me see. I think I'm on. Yeah, I think I'm looking. Well, it's all right, but it's gas thing, boy. No, I don't roll nothing but 93 octane and everything. So, you know, like this, like Christmas for all us, y'all, all those big boys and everything with these riding around with these monsters, y'all hear? It's like, yeah, we get to act a fool right now. But get out. I think I need none from over there. They just shut down all the Planet Fitnesses and LA Fitnesses. Boy, by the time this shit over with, they probably gonna be like bankrupt like motherfucker. I know everybody killing that right there. But yeah, I mean, you know, this, hey, listen, let me tell you something, man. You gotta understand, these people got hustle, you know. These is hustlers on another level. You know, they be like arresting drug dealers and shit like that. Them small time. I don't care if you was a drug dealer getting millions of dollars. It's like you're a small time hustler, you know, compared to these dudes. They be thinking about trillions of dollars and billions of dollars and, you know, controlling economies. And, you know, you gotta think about this. You got like probably less than 50 people telling 350 million people what to fucking do. That's game for your fucking ass. That's some game, man. Let me tell you something. That's game. We think it too small. Like Pinky and the Brain, you know, I like the Brain, you know, what we're gonna do today, Brain? We'll take over the world. I used to like that cartoon. I liked his philosophy. Every fucking day he was getting up trying to world domination, goddamn. And it's people like that. You gotta think, there are people waking up, because that cartoon came from somewhere, and every day they trying to figure out how to take over the world. You think it too motherfucking small. Think it too small, you know? It's like, man, I'm trying to take over planet Earth. I want to rule the world. That's some serious shit. They getting paid, y'all. That's one thing, like I said, that was what really kind of like, I looked at, I'm like, man, business ain't, you know, if it was really like if it was, like for instance, let's talk. If it was a comet about to hit the earth, would motherfuckers be worried about buying masks? Or, you know what I'm saying, would you even be like worried about buying gas? You just go get that shit, wouldn't you? Like, it's like if a comet was going to hit the earth and we had to all make it somewhere to get underground, you know, and you had to stop at the gas station, you know, they made the announcement, the comet is approaching the earth. It will be here in 72 hours. You know, like, is a motherfucker really gonna, like stop and buy gas? Something like, or go to the grocery store and buy some shit. Just, I was kind of thinking like that. Hold on for a second. Hello? It's in Hateville. 75 South, Hateville. Where you at? All right, I'm back, y'all. But I was thinking like that. It's like, it's like, damn, it's like business is booming. Like Walmart is booming. Walmart, like, did they? I'd like to be interested to know who bought stock in Walmart, because like Walmart got to be like getting fucking paid, probably greater than they've ever been paid before. Walmart, and they're getting rid of like probably like shit they had in their warehouse. I see them, whatever they're trying to get rid of, they sit up front. I was lucky enough, because I had the Airbnbs, like before the rush on the bleach and the Lysol started, I'd already stocked up on it because I'd already seen the little thing on the back of Lysol that it killed the coronavirus. So when it first jumped off, I said, man, they were putting all the Lysol and shit up front, the store and everything. I said, man, you know what? I need to buy some motherfucking stock in whatever company that fucking sell Lysol and Clorox and shit like that. I was thinking like this. I just didn't move, but I should have moved and everything, because it's like, that them governors, they took that out the news, but they charged them government officials and everything for inside trading. They one chick, she trading through her trust and shit. She exempted from liability. She don't have no fucking liability. Her shit is totally in a trust. Everything she traded for was in a trust. Take note and everything. But they got out and everything before the crash and all that, moved their money somewhere. But I was trying to interested, well, where they move their money to? Who invested in, because everybody ain't losing money. It's businesses out here booming right now, it's getting all the money, and then how did they decide what businesses, they said, well, you're going to non-essential businesses. Whoever made that motherfucking determination, they determined who was going to go out of business and who business was going to boom, and then who did that information get passed to? It's like, you got to think, y'all, there's somebody getting paid. And I don't be getting mad at it. I just be like, damn, why I can't get in on some of this, some of this too. I'm just trying, like, why I'm on the outside. I'm trying to figure out how I can get in the game. I hope some of y'all government officials is watching this, because I admire you, because y'all run game like a motherfucker on a totally different level. Y'all get paid. Somebody get paid. This is what I'm thinking about. Who getting paid? Somebody get paid. The masks, them damn masks, the mask and everything. Did somebody just have a whole bunch of them shits in a warehouse somewhere, and somebody say, you know what, man, we got all these damn fucking masks. We need to sell these motherfuckers, everything. Bam, Here's something else I was thinking too. This could be possible. We cutting ties with China. Because Trump, he don't like China, and he feel like they pimping us and everything. He's been saying it the whole time. He said they pimping us. So what if we just clearing all our shit that we got in our warehouses that we bought from China? Because we finna get ready to say, fuck you. We're going to build our own factories and build our own shit, make our own shit and everything. We're going to just, like, because you see the China, they rising and everything. They getting a little arrogant. They coming in America, like, fuck you Americans and all this shit. We got the money. We got the infrastructure now. They smelling themselves. And then Trump say, he's like, nah, fuck that, man. I'm not buying shit from you no more. We can't sell nothing in your damn country, but you can sell everything in our country. Fuck it. I'm gonna wean our people off y'all products and services, and we finna make our own goddamn shit. What if that happened? Here's something else you may want to think about. What if also that Cause you know we got some badass parents out there. Cause y'all kids be getting kidnapped and shit. You don't be watching your fucking kids, you know. And so you got 300,000 children coming up missing. But if everybody's at home, okay, it's gonna be very difficult to kidnap children right now, you know. And if you have like some sort of addiction to adrenochrome, and you can't get access to no children. You can't fly none in and out. You know, they flying shit around the world and all that. All the aircrafts done stopped and everything. Your supply getting dried up. And maybe I just gotta roll it out this as long as I can until y'all supply dry up. I know y'all supply dries up or something like that. Y'all can't snatch up any children. You know, it could be some like a lot of positive things to all of this, you know, if you sit back and just really kind of think about and, you know, take into consideration a lot of information that you're hearing, not in the damn mainstream media. They, you know, not them. But, you know, if you just listen to other researchers and everything, what they're going on, you know, it makes sense, you know, it can be some stuff making sense. But I do know at the end of the day, somebody making money. Somebody getting paid off of this. And then somebody losing money. Money don't disappear. It just change hands. What we got next? I'm just pulling up, y'all. All right. Now I can we can get I can do some Q&A and everything. Let me see what y'all talking about. What y'all been talking about. Cause I was just riding talking shit. Somebody say Patrick Devine still around. I don't know. I think Pat died. That's what I heard. I don't know, you know. I don't like that hearsay stuff, but that's what I heard. Yeah, Patrick Devine, I love, you know, yeah, listen, Pat. Yeah, I got a lot of Pat stuff. Yep, Patrick Devine. He was good. He's a very good researcher. Talking about that yesterday. Chick-fil-A knew what was going on, so they started preparing for the drive-through 1 year ahead, and all the others are losing because others don't have the technique. Sounds good. Hawaii is not the 50th state. I can agree with that. I can. Hey, who was that? Who said Hawaii is not the 50th state? When you fly to Hawaii, they make you sign paperwork and all kind of shit, and it make you say, "Why am I signing this paperwork?" And you read and everything. It's almost like, yeah, Hawaii is not really a state. You might be right about that. I just haven't researched into it, but I would not doubt that one bit. I would not doubt that one bit. Silver Bond. What's up? What's up? What's up, Jay? Yep, the elite getting paid. Yeah, getting paid. Money's not my God. Money's not my God either. But let me tell you something about money. Who is that right there saying money not my God? Let me tell you something, man. Money have ears. Money is a female. All right. Money may not be your God. All right. But money is an energy. And she has to be coaxed. And if you don't talk good about money, she will leave you. Okay. It's not, when you talk about money, I think some of y'all think in terms of Federal Reserve notes or gold and silver. That's not really money. Wealth is an energy. It's an energy. All right. It obeys the law of attraction. Okay. Wealth is not necessarily Federal Reserve notes, gold and silver, or anything. It's being able to do what you want, when you want, where you want, how you want, whenever you want, and being able to facilitate that. You know what I'm saying? He said your gold chain keeps going up in value. I know that's right. I'm glad I bought mine a long time ago. The World Health Organization saying they need to go into the homes and remove sock people and children. I don't know what that is. If you're low, I'm telling you, fast, 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 your body will heal itself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just got through talking about that yesterday, talking about fasting. Go back and look at my other video. We did about a whole damn hour talking about fasting. Going into ketosis, water. Where you're talking about fasting, water fast is what I hope you're talking about. I went and got some watermelons and I'm doing some watermelon. I'm juicing some watermelons. Watermelon juice is good, y'all. Watermelon juice. Cold War going on in China, the secret flights. Yeah. Children are safe. They are the key to the salvation. Yeah, the children are safe right now. I think so too. I think this had a lot to do. Yes, you sign on a plane going to Hawaii, you do. Hey, missing you from the beginning of your lives. Hey man, look, y'all hit the notification bell, okay, on YouTube, and you should receive a notification. And here's something else you have to do. You have to like the videos. Because how the algorithm works, if you're not liking any videos, they're not going to notify you when a video loads. That's what's going on right now, which I never understood. Also, I had a hard time understanding that because how can you sit back? It's only 10%. I see the number every time that
new text message from Aunt Joyce
that will like a video. Okay, it's like, okay, why are you, it's like, why you only like a video? You won't like the video. Why you won't like it? It's like, but right now, how they didn't change the algorithm. If you ain't liking videos, they're not showing you stuff. They're only showing you stuff that they think you're interested in. And the only way they're going to be able to determine if you're interested in something is when you like something. They're trying to force you now to give some sort of information about your likes and dislikes. So all these people be complaining about you're not getting a notification. You have to hit that like button. Hold on for a second. Hey, who's this? Oh, okay, yeah, great. Hey, can I call you back? I'm live streaming right now. Just give me about 10 minutes. I hit you back, okay? You're welcome. Um, but what was I talking about? Yeah, you gotta like the video. So you gotta press like on the videos if you want to get a notification about something. They're not notifying you, the way the algorithm works now. So like this video, hit the notification bell. All right, if you like the live streams, you want to keep seeing the live streams, you want to see the live stream from the beginning, you don't want to, and you want to get that notification, you got to like these videos. That's why everybody's now, you see their video, they tell you press like, and things like that, because that's how I just figured it out myself, on how these algorithms are working. And that's what it is. You have to like the video. This video needs to get a lot of likes if you want it to spread around and you want to start getting notifications about it in the future. So hit like. All right, let's see. Yusuf, what is the best webinar to look at on SBC University? 1099. Well, I only got like one on there. Ain't no best one. There's only one. Excuse me for my ignorance. I'm a newbie at this. I want to nationalize. Do I have to go to the temple and nationalize? I'm not a part of the Moorish Science Temple, so I couldn't answer that question for you. Let's see. How can you get a 9.8 now that the IRS is shut down? Can I mail it? Yeah, you probably mail the SS4 form in. If they're not taking telephone calls. All right, my brother. What type of Epsom salt on cleanser? The Epsom salt. Use the Epsom salt that is used for the one you can ingest, and that with olive oil. You're going to use You're going to use a quarter cup of orange juice, a quarter cup of grapefruit juice, a quarter cup of olive oil, and about 3 or 4 teaspoons of Epsom salt. That shit is going to clean you out. You're going to lose about. The first time I did it, I lost 10 pounds in one day. It pulls a lot of shit out of you. It's powerful. It's real strong. But I like Total Life Changes. Total Life Changes got a supplement that works very similar. Works very, very similar, but it's not as It's strong. It's not as strong. Let's see what we got. Cleansing the human body of disease is only one part, just part of the equation. The other is bringing back the energy that was lost by the presence of disease. Well, you're going to do that by eating the right foods and by disciplining the body, refraining from certain things like sex. Sex is going to accumulate you, and sex is the most powerful energy is sexual energy. I can't afford to lose 5 pounds. Yes, you can. Let me tell you something. Whatever weight you lose through fasting, you're going to gain it right back. And if you're skinny and can't gain weight, that's usually because your system is very toxic and you can't assimilate the food that you're eating. You need to clean out your body, and once it begins, when it cleanses itself, you'll gain weight a lot easier. Difference between copyright name or birth certificate authentication. I mean, birth certificate authentication is just what it is. You're authenticating the document. And copyrighting your name is a common law copyright. So I wish I would start saying that. Get on the internet and study common law copyright. Y'all just say copyright. It's a common law copyright. It's called a common law copyright. Yes, which really is something. It really do exist. It's not made up. Common law copyright. So study a common law copyright. How can I use the 98 number? Use the 98 numbers for banking purposes. You don't need an EIN number if you're not going to open a bank account or do some kind of business with it. A 98 number is just an indicator of a foreign number. Use it the same way. It's not the number that you're using. It is the administration of a trust that you're using. A 98 number is just what it says, a 98 number. Use that for reporting purposes. You get a 45 number, which is a corp number, and estate number. The estate number is utilized just like a CPN number. If you want to understand how to use a number, study CPNs. That's all it is. That's all it is. All that is just another name for a CPN. That's all it is. You're using another number instead of your social security number. So you want to understand how to use it, study CPNs. All right? The 98 number is a foreign number. You don't just use it. I don't put credit on a 98 number. I put credit. My credit facilitator is a 45 number. Okay, I'm not using a 98 number for that. A 98 number, I'm using that for banking purposes. You're going to open up a bank account. And you're going to open up a bank account in the name of the trust. And for that, you need to study trust administration, which I don't have time on a fucking live stream to go through about a 2-hour explanation of how to administer a trust. But you can read, there is a document on the internet you can read, learn how to administer a trust. The energy is supported by live minerals, phosphate of iron, phosphate of calcium, phosphate of everything. They alone are electrical. Okay, I get with that. Get them from what? Get them from vegetables, right? Root vegetables. What was the recipe? OJ, grateful. What was the recipe? Oh, it was a quarter cup of orange juice, quarter cup of grape. And I'm not saying you have to use this. You probably could use something else other than orange juice or grapefruit juice, but this is how it was given to me. And I used it. It does not taste very good, but all the orange juice and the grapefruit juice is used to kill the taste of the olive oil and the Epsom salt. Because you're drinking that shit at once. You put it in a glass, you're just drinking it down. And do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere, all right? Because you're going to go to the bathroom and you're going to stay in the bathroom. You're going to go to the bathroom probably about 5 times a day. The most important thing is to keep that colon clean. Keep that colon clean. Somebody said, you're an L of the 5 tribes. No, I'm not no tribe. I'm an L of one of the gods. Why do y'all always want somebody to belong to something or join some sort of organization or something like that? Or, basically say, it's like, nah, I don't need any intermediary or need to be associated with anything. Those are all man-made concepts. Each and every one of you are gods and goddesses in your own right. You don't need that. You definitely don't need another. You don't need to be the blind following the blind. These are good to help fight the corona. Black seed oil, got that. Vitamin C, got that. Zinc, yep, got that. Elderberry, yeah, we talked about that already. Vitamin D3, no, and make sure you check your blood type. Yep, I know my blood type. We got everybody in our organization that I used to belong to, we all know our blood type. How do you feel about universal basic income, aka universal tragic outcome? This is an interesting question right here. How do you feel about the universal basic income, aka the universal tragic income? Now, this person is asking me this question based off a premise or an assumption that I know what the fuck he's talking about, universal income and tragic outcome. I don't know, obviously he has to be talking about one of the seven principles, but he's phrasing it in such a way to make it sound like it's something different or something like that. So we're talking about universal basic income, aka universe, also known as universal tragic outcome. Okay, so we're talking about law of attraction here. Okay, because we're talking about something incoming and something outflowing.
New text message from Brian Wallace.
Are we talking about cause and effect? Are you saying something in a way where you could just, are you saying glutamus maximus when you could just say, ass, you know what I'm saying? It's like, don't try to ask a question and try to sound super intelligent. Okay, it's just a principle. It's basic principles. Put it in easy to understand. I don't know what the hell you mean, universal outcome, and aka also known as tragic outcome. I don't know what that means. You said, what about 1,200 Trump bucks? What? 1,200 Trump bucks? I don't know what that is. What do you think will happen to mortgages in the next years? I don't know. Outlaws that can't hurt. Then answer the question. Answer what question? I don't know what the fucking question was. I don't even understand it. I don't understand the question. And I'm a pretty intelligent guy. I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about. Universal income, Andrew Yang campaign. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that is. Do you understand what the undifferentiated is? See, I could come back and start asking you some questions about some shit. Do you know that comes from Egypt and things like that? The frame of reference that I'm gonna use, because the frame of reference I use are the creators of all of this. All those people right there that you're talking about, they ain't nothing but carbon copies and people who steal information. I'm taking it back to the originator of it, Tahuti and Thoth, that spread all this stuff all over the planet. So if you ask me a question and use that frame of reference, I'll understand what you're talking about. But don't give me something some neophyte is out there trying to tell you that you echoing or regurgitating something somebody else said. Go to the source. I don't understand the question. I'm going to answer the question. What fucking question? You answer it. Universal income, aka tragic outcome. What the fuck does that mean? Anybody know what that means? What about the proposal for $2,000 a month till the pandemic is over? You're taking a benefit and a privilege. Nothing different than happened in 1933. Smoke them if you got them. I authenticated my BC good. I authenticated mine too. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know what you expected. National debt versus national credit. I mean, the credit of the nation is based, the full faith and credit of the nation is based off the labor of the people. That's the only way they're going to get credit. They have to have some guarantors. Through a process of what's called novation, okay, where you're exchanging one debtor for another. And that's what they did. The United States is foreign to us. They're the ones that contracted the debt. But they have inveigled you into being a surety for that debt by getting you to agree to be a U.S. citizen. I keep trying to hit the back button because I'm missing some due to noise here and then realize it's live. And I have to wait for replay. I need the exact directions for the Epsom salt routine. Go back and listen to this right here, man. I done said it about 3 times. It's one part of the long process. Did you authenticate your birth certificate? Yes, I did. Long time ago. We the ones first started putting that out. I authenticated my birth certificate like 6 years ago. 6 or 7 years ago. Y'all just now finding out. I mean, you got to just now be finding out. We got tired of doing, you know how many webinars we did on authenticating the birth certificate? You know how many webinars? That was like, we used to sit back and like, man, why are these people making, listen,
Okay, you're going to authenticate the birth certificate. When you go to the State Department's website, it gives you the instructions right on there. Okay, on how you're going to authenticate the birth certificate. All right, you get authenticated at the state level, then you get the other one, and you take it. You get it's a little white, little beige piece of paper the State Department puts on there. Whoever the Secretary of State, they sign it. Yeah, and I travel with mine. You can go into the airport and travel with it, and so forth. They may pull you over for a second and search you. Yes, all right. But I don't know what y'all expect by getting authenticating the birth certificate, because they got that shit off Minnesota Rule 220, and I got a video on YouTube breaking that shit down for y'all. So if you're new to this channel, before you start asking me questions about something that we have known about for the last damn 8 years, okay, I would suggest that you look through the video log of my channel, because I don't have time to answer a question I've answered goddamn 250,000 times. And you're new and you thinking it's the first time. Right? You think you're asking me something smart. So do that for me. Also, hit the like button. I'm going to say it again, hit the notification bell. If you don't hit the like button, you ain't going to get notifications. You got to let these people know what you like. They didn't change the algorithm on YouTube. So once again, you got to hit the like button, so you'll get notifications when this. Subscribe, hit the subscribe channel, hit the subscribe, and, you see me when I come on. The EIN estate is for conducting your smaller personal business instead of using your SSN. Yeah, exactly. Have to file the assumed name in your local county. No, you don't. And create an affidavit and notify the IRS with the proper form. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can do that, but you don't have to. You don't have to do that at all. That right there, when I hear people say that, I don't really think they understand taxes and business. Why do people ask about things they can look up in 5 seconds, though? I know. I know it, man. I agree. Skip over the distraction from the trolls. Okay, man. I don't be that, Universal basic income is worldwide welfare, dependency on world power. Okay, why you didn't say that? Universal basic income. I ain't never heard. I know what welfare is. I understand that welfare is dependency, and that's what it's all about. They got to get you depend on government, you lose your rights. This is it. They got something called the Ashwander rules. Okay, this person says asking me about universal basic income. Google Ashwander rules from the Supreme Court and see what they got to say about you taking benefits and privilege. He who takes on a benefit takes on the corresponding liability associated with that benefit. Peace, brother. Been following you for years. Where would you best place to start? I got videos on this channel called Newbie Start Here. Go to my videos on here, and I got a whole section say Newbie Start Here. What Brent? What's up, big bro? Ross from Houston, Texas. What's up, Ross? What's happening? I love it when Yusuf laughs. That's that Texas shit. Yeah, you do this for a long time. You understand? You do this for a long time. It's just a long time. You hear the same questions. And people try to act as if they can bring something new to the table. You can't, because everything is based off principles. And once there's only a few principles, you could bring a different methodology to the table, but you can't bring a new principle. The principles are few, methods are many. So you can word it or phrase it in whatever. Like that's what he just did. He tried to word or phrase universal basic principle. Say welfare, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard that shit before. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you and your crew, using that verbiage and everything. I don't know nothing about that. Let me see. I have a question. Can you claim your bank account on a 1099 OID? People do. People do it. What do you mean, can you? I don't answer tax questions. You gotta go talk to a tax professional about that. You want me to answer a tax question on a YouTube video and everything? You don't need to be fucking with this. You don't, because either you're a troll or you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. If the process for requiring a home the same one, you become a secure party. The process don't never change. It's always the same. You can only discharge debt. You have to have a debt to discharge. All right? That's it. You ain't buying nothing. You're discharging a debt. So, of course, it would always be the same. You have to have a debt to discharge. This ain't for purchases. People be trying like, can I purchase something? You can't buy a motherfucking thing. How many times I have to say that? Show me anywhere in House Joint Resolution 192 of June 5th, 1933, Public Law 73-10, and all associated policies, or any one of them, where it says you can buy some shit. So that should kill those questions. I left my number if you decide to call me when we can borrow it. Okay, exactly. You can only own a home if you have a Lodio title. I agree with that. You need a Lodio title to have what's called Lodio ownership. Basically, he's talking about everybody get like $2,000 or $1,500 a month. I don't know what that is. HUD Section 3 is our PPL. I don't know what that is. He's joking with you. Okay, universal income is a socialist idea. Well, you said universal income. I agree. Welfare. Welfare is a socialist, communist. I mean, it's welfare. Yeah. Welfare is socialist, communist, Marxist, everything. That's why I don't like the Democrats. That's what they push. Welfare. If you authenticate outlaw, still do the common law copyright. I don't know what that means. I don't know what authenticate outlaw means. Anybody know what that means? I don't know what the fuck that means. That's what people do. Repeat. I don't know. Do you own your home? You don't own anything. You don't want to own anything. You want to control it. I got mine in a trust. One Love, High Frequency from Brooklyn, New York. And Maury, the only ones that can be sovereign on the land on in paperwork. I don't know what that means. There's 2 birth certificates. Can you authenticate both? Yes. A lot of decisions on the processes are done in the private. You won't know it works until you go through the door. Yeah, you got to do it yourself. I mean, that's what I keep telling people. The only way you're going to know any type of information, you got to do it yourself. Yusuf, what's your thoughts on ingesting colloidal silver? I've never done it, so I don't have any thoughts on it, but a lot of people seem to think that it is something that actually works. But I've never ingested it, so I don't know. Own nothing, control everything. Yes. People were using EFTs, electronic transfer of funds to discharge debt. Is that still legit? No. If you go to the IRS website and look at the IRS employee manual, they're on the lookout for those. Just put in an IRS employee manual. You'll see it in there. Put in IRS payment systems. Just check that. It's right there on the internet. So no, it's not any good. And if you ask me that question knowing that answer, you should know you got that answer because I'm the one who found it and put it out there. Is it located in Georgia? Can I read? I need your assistance. I can't read. I need your assistance. You write very well for a person who can't read. I don't have to be a Moor. It's MOOR to be an allodial title holder. No, you don't. What's the best membership would you suggest? Platinum. There is no money. Private and public does not mix. Staying on at all cost. Do not participate in public plays. Yep. Are they rating the trust through the benefits? No, you can't go in a trust. What do you mean rating the trust? You can't go in a trust. You're going to put a lien against the trust. I don't know they're rating the trust. You know, that would trip me out if people don't know trust law. They put in lien. They don't go into your estate. They put liens against your estate. This is about debt. In this economy, debt is money. So if you want value in something, you have to create a debt. You have to create an obligation, and you do that through liens. They don't want property. They want your interest. They want interest in your property. They do not want your property. They want the interest in your property. That's how you make money. Is property tax considered a debt? Yeah, probably. Yeah, most likely. I haven't checked the codes on it, but most likely. Commercially speaking, are you white or black? Or would you say those titles don't? They're not titles. I did a whole video because I know y'all trying to say white is a status. If you read, what is it out of Black's Law? Free white persons. And when you look in there, that's a common law dictionary. You see all those case laws under there? Okay, there's one called Cartesian versus the United States. All right, you need to read that. And it's going to lead you to 42 different cases where they explain to you what they mean when they say white and black. And so y'all can stop running around here thinking y'all know what that means. Did that about 5 years ago. Let's say, Yusuf, I see people going crazy down there in Augusta, Georgia over the stimulus check. Yep. Is all setting up trust information your site. I do administration. Setting up a trust is very simple. It doesn't take long. It's the administration part that takes you a while to understand. It's going to take you about 8 to 9 months to understand it. There's a letter rogatory to have a public defender act as private international lawyer, possible with a hired attorney or court appointed attorney. It's only court appointed only because we're talking about being in honor. And what it is it's like, you when you take on an attorney, when you hire an attorney, you're telling everybody that you're going to argue, okay? But when they appoint you an attorney, that is them extending an honor to you, and you have to accept that. See, you got to make them go into dishonor because when they give you the attorney, okay, then you give them instructions, and you want to do it, then you put them on record because it's about honor and dishonor, staying in honor at all costs. And whoever goes into dishonor going to lose. And usually both sides, they go into dishonor all the time, but they do it try to get you to go into dishonor. You got to stay in honor at all times. And it's very easy to go into dishonor. Tips on opening a business, trust, bank, checking account, Bank of America. He is doing this for free. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's see. To get a Lodial title, you need to have no lien holder mortgage. Right, of course. How you going to have a Lodial title? You got a lien on it. The 1099 can get right off traffic tickets. Well, yeah, in theory. I mean, I don't know if you can do it. All right. You probably have to pay the traffic ticket and get refunded. 1099 is going to refund you. Do you accept monthly payments for completing the SBC process? No. Hey, guys, thank you for update. Glad I found you. I don't do paperwork. You do your own paperwork. You learn how to do it. If you can't learn how to do it, you don't need to be fucking with it. So I need your help with the processing of my paperwork. Go to SBC University. I got step-by-step videos. Step-by-step. You got 30 days. You pay $79, $89. You got 30 days to go through the whole process. First in line, first in time. First lien holder is in due course. Yeah. That's called a priority interest in property. And then you have junior liens and things of that nature. Love your use of these to the guys using when filling out a doing business as for the all caps name. What type of business should you write on it? I don't do DBAs, but you do. Probably. I would suggest doing a corporation because the LLC is a pass through. So I go by what my CPA tells me to do. I don't have a LLC anymore. User, can you tell me the name of the document to study administration of the trust? Yeah, I mean, what is that? Carlton Weiss. Just pull up Carlton Weiss on the internet. That's the best document on the internet for free you can get. Carlton Weiss. On common law business trust. Weiss Express. Weiss Administration. What is it? Weiss's Administration of Trust, something like that. I forgot the name of it. But Carlton Weiss is the author. You pull him up, it'll come up on Google. I want to sign up for your class as well. Go ahead. Y'all want me to do a webinar? I'm going to do a webinar. Probably charge about $25, $30 for it. Let everybody come. Is Black Law Dictionary a racial edition? And you'll answer that question. How much time do you do in the Fed? If you don't mind, none of your business. Currently waiting on my birth certificate. I did some years. Okay? Currently waiting on my birth certificate to come back from U.S. Department of State. Do you think the coronavirus will affect it? I don't know. I have no way of knowing it. It's all about the interest. United States Statute at Large 4848 Stat 112. Yeah. How can you enforce a bill of exchange? It's right there in the UCC under Article 3 of the UCC. Enforcement of instruments is right there. Read it. Use of what was the moment like mentally when you figured out the game? I don't think it was a one particular moment I figured out the game. It was a process. I figured out different aspects of the game. Anytime you have an epiphany, it's like busting a nut. Use of my Black's Law Dictionary is blue in color. Okay, yeah, that's 5th edition. Only sovereigns create nations, so what does being a Moor mean if you're a U.S. citizen? Or it's the 10th edition. I think the 10th is blue too. I think the latest one is blue. I can't remember. I think the 10th edition is blue too, but I know the 5th is. Only sovereigns create nations, so what does being a Moor mean if you're still a U.S. citizen? Drew Ali Dry. Okay, the Trading with the Enemy Act is an act. I don't know why y'all always quoting acts. Why y'all quoting that? Acts mean all when you're saying act, you're talking about Congress. Congress is just 1/3 of the branch of government. Okay, they make the laws. All right, so you're talking about an act. An act is like a statute. Acts and statutes are the same thing. Y'all know that? I wonder how many people know that an act is a statute. They be quoting, they be saying every time y'all throw an act at me, I know y'all know what y'all doing. It's public and private. Is it true interest is just another way equivalent to claim of right? Well, yeah, interest in that sense, yes, it's a claim or right. They want to claim in your property. I'm not talking about interest like charging interest on loan. I'm talking about interest in property, yeah, claim or right. That's exactly right. Peace, we know public and private don't mix. So by giving up all benefits, you must know how to move on the land, stay away from the tricks, and read and study to remain sharp. Yes, I agree 100%. Heard tonic water contains quinine, the English soda. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yes, the whole system is built on dishonor. Yep. Can I discharge? I don't know what you're talking about. Can I discharge? What the fuck is that? You got discharge? You call it like a disease or some shit? What do you mean? Can you discharge? You got gonorrhea? You had a discharge? Should status be changed when you have a bad faith claim, insurance lawsuit in the company? I mean, why? I mean, they already got a claim in. What's that going to do? Homeowners insurance. Okay, because the only thing you're going to do is, anytime there's a claim against you, to discharge the claim, you need to tender some sort of negotiable instrument, and yes, you need to have some sort of status that is private and know what you're doing in commerce. All right, because if you're going to be using private credit, you need to be private. Is there a difference between gentleman and man? A lot of people attribute gentleman to to goyim and things of that nature. But the sense that I use it in is a person who understands how to conduct himself in public. All right, a gentleman. In other words, when instead of using your anger and cussing somebody out, you come in with a suit on and you understand the rules of the game. You know how to conduct yourself in matters of when there's some sort of dispute. I love the platinum level membership. Thank you. So the hiring attorney is being dishonorable in court and keeping the public defender is not. Exactly. Yes, it is. If you're going to accept it. Yes, you are. You don't ask for an attorney. You don't go and hire one. You allow them to give you one, and you accept it. And then if he doesn't do what you want him to do, you fire his ass. Can I discharge my debt? And let me talk about that for a second. I had a situation in court where I was given a public defender. Okay, it's in federal court. She come to see me. I'm locked up. So she come in the back, visit me through the glass. Said the court just appointed me as your attorney. Before she said another word, I said, good. I said, I need you to escrow your bar certificate, and I need you to follow my instructions. Do only what I tell you to do. She said, escrow my bar certificate? What are you talking about? I said, I'm going to tell the judge to give you a psychological evaluation. I went through that, did the psychological evaluation. It was only supposed to be for 30 days. They tried to break me, though, kept me for 90 days down in Miami. They got a federal building down there in Miami. That's where I found out that the federal courthouse was a ship in dry dock because I was across the street and I looked out the window. I was up like on the 11th floor. And I looked down and saw it. It looked just like a ship. And I'm the one who put that out there for y'all, too, and let all y'all know that federal courthouse in Miami is a ship in dry dock. Put it in Google right now. Pull up Google Images and look at it. All right. I'm the one who put that information out there, too. All right. And, but, and then I came back, after that, but the whole thing is like, if they go, when I went in court, I came back, I had my letter rogatory. I told her, I said, look, you're going to read this in court. I didn't take a psychological evaluation, by the way. They took me down there. I went to go see the psychiatrist. He said, you're here for a psychological evaluation. I said, I'm not taking no fucking evaluation. Send me back to my cell. They had me in solitary confinement. I said, send me back to my cell. What you going to do to me? I'm already in solitary confinement. What you going to do? I'm not taking shit. And I didn't. But they kept me longer for that reason, for observation, what they say. And then it came back, and they said, well, we have, what did the prosecutor say? We have dispositive evidence that he's more than competent to handle the, they found me, sane, whatever, And then when he started talking to me, I didn't pay attention to that shit. I just went right back in on him. The first thing out of my mouth when I went back in court, I said, where were we? Just to let them know. All that shit you just did for the last 3 months don't mean shit. I'm right back on track. I'm getting right back on your ass. Okay? And then y'all just said I'm confident, so we ain't finna deal with this psychological evaluation shit no more. Let's get to it, you know? The bank still took it. Do a 1099 OID. He said pay for the house. Okay, first of all, what was that? I already know you did something wrong. He said pay for the house with a bond. All right, y'all. So everybody who's in this class, what did this person with this fake ass profile do wrong? What was the very first word he have in there? Let me know that he don't know what he doing. All right. So trust has heard that if your home is in a trust, you have property tax waived. That's right there gonna get you put in jail. I don't know. That's somebody totally illiterate and ignorant. They're telling you that. They don't have none of trust as a person can be sued and be sued just like anybody else. You putting property, if you put property of the United States in trust, that you just compromised the integrity of that trust. If you put something that owes taxes in a trust, that tax liability does not disappear just because you put it in a trust. The trust is tax exempt only because it's private. However, that tax liability passes on the distribution of the trust. And depending on how it's set up also. But that as soon as that distribution occurs, that tax liability is right there on whoever receives that distribution. So I don't know who's telling you that. They don't know what they're talking about. Let's say thank you positively. I read case law all the time. All you gotta do is go to Google Scholar, put in business trust, and look how many cases in there the IRS commissioner versus some idiot who's talking like you and everything that think they don't have to pay taxes. They put it in trust. There's a million fucking cases in there. I read them all the time. I said, thank you for existing, Yusufel. You're a godsend of sentient beings. You're welcome. Yeah, Weiss is Concise Trust. That's it. That's the name of it. Concise Weiss Trust. It's probably the best document on the internet you're going to read. Can I use a DBA? And it got documents in it, too, at the back. It got documents that you can use. Got documents in it. Can I use a DBA instead of a copyright to file my security agreement? And yes, you sure can. Love Platinum, too. New subscriber learning so much. You're welcome. Billy, you become a ward of the court. Fine, concise, right. Can you put a home in a trust? You can put anything in a trust. While paying the loan servicer. Yes, you can, but it's not advisable. Because just because you put it in there, that don't mean it can't be foreclosed on. Yeah, you can still foreclose on it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, a trust is a person. It's just a person. A trust is a person, y'all. It's a person. Just like a regular person. You know what I'm saying? It's a person. All right? It's an entity just like a LLC, incorporation. They all the same, man. Come on, it's just one. The trust is classified different for tax purposes depending on if it's irrevocable and how it's set up. But being private makes it tax exempt if you keep everything in it private. Okay, you can't if you have a private trust and you put public shit in there, you compromising the integrity of the trust. This is why you have to understand trust administration. That is the most important subject. A lot of y'all you can set up a trust in goddamn 1 hour. It ain't nothing. Putting a trust together ain't nothing. You teach somebody to do that in 1 day. It takes about 8-9 months to learn how to administer one. That's where it is. Use of a joke. That was a joke. Oh, okay, I got you. Wise, concise, trustee handbook. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm reading stuff I don't know, and then I'm flying through stuff. Ain't nothing personal against nobody. I don't know who nobody is. Is everything on your website a one-time payment? I asked you about they got one-time payment. I got a yearly subscription you can use. No, it's monthly. You can cancel it. Okay, look, the membership on my website, you cancel anytime. Let me talk about that too. Okay, when you join SBC University, the first thing you do, there is a video that shows you how to use your account tab. Because I get people all the time telling me, cancel my account, or you charge me this and that. No, I didn't do a motherfucking thing. All right, all that shit is automated. You set that up through PayPal or Stripe. I don't have anything to do with it. All right, okay, and there's a button. You can, if you want to cancel or pause your subscription, you don't even have to cancel it. You can pause it. There's buttons in there. You got total control over your account. I did it that way so y'all won't bother me, okay? So don't be trying to sit here and say what I did or anything like that. If you want to do it for 30 days, There's a button, and you want to cancel your account after that 30 days. There's a button on there. You push the damn button, and it cancels your account. Okay, or if you want to pause your account, you don't even have to cancel it. If you don't want to get billed the next month, push pause, and you can restart it back when you feel like it. But there is an account tab in there. That should be the first thing, and it's also in frequently asked questions. I even put pictures and a video to show you how to do this shit. There's a video explaining it to you. All right? So, yes, for $89, you got access to everything. I did probably about 30 webinars. I got step-by-step videos. I got everything. You got 30 days to look at it. Okay? If you can't get through it all in 30 days, it's going to be hard. You can do another 30 days, or you don't have to. That's on you. Okay? It's on you. It is an excellent deal, $89. All right? It's an excellent deal. Okay? So understand and learn how to use the account as well. Come on, y'all. Let's see. Can you clarify what the nature and cause of an action is? Nature of an action is what, is an admiralty, common law, or, equity. That's nature. We know what the cause of the action is, whatever they're charging you with. The nature of the action is what you're interested in. What's the nature of the action? Okay? Because if it's common law, all right, there has to be a corpus delicti. There has to be an injured party. All right? And they will tell you it's not common law, so we know that. So there's only, the Constitution only have two other jurisdictions, admiralty and equity. Equity is dealing with contracts, and there ain't no criminal action in equity. That'll leave admiralty. And admiralty, they'll try to say that it is civil, but it has a criminal jurisdiction. That's them trying to cover it up. That's what it is. And then it's under Article 1, so it's colorable. I got a video on YouTube that explains it. The secret admiralty jurisdiction exposed, right there on my YouTube channel. Go watch it. Explain it all to you. Explains it. Got a whole video I took about 2 weeks to put together to explain it. Let's see. He has a lot of material. Good. Salute. Good. Got a lien on my person, not a secured party. What can I do? Only way to get rid of a lien is the payment in full, counter affidavit, or jury trial. Those are the only three options dealing with a lien. And you can't pay for anything because there ain't no money. That's why you have to set it off. The excellent for a newbie. Does a whole harmless agreement hold weight in court? Any kind of contract holds weight in court. If it's agreed to, how you present it, what do you mean hold weight in court? Only hold weight in court if you know what you're doing. Do you know how to present evidence? Anything will hold weight if you know what you're doing. What do you think they do to you? They hit you with shit that ain't supposed to hold weight all the time, and it works. They hit you with shit ain't supposed to hold weight. They make up shit, pull shit out of the air all the time on you. You know why? Because you want to argue. You don't make them prove anything. They get you to testify against yourself because you talk too much. That's what it is. You talk too much. The burden of proof is on he who asserts, not he who denies. All right? Let's see. So, in other words, if you assert something, can you prove it? If somebody asserts something to you, and you deny it, can they prove it? You should have everything. Anything that you do should be documented. Any paperwork that you're doing should be documented in such a way with a thought that you're going to have to go into court and that you need 2 pieces of evidence to support whatever it is that you're doing. Paperwork should be sent certified mail. All right. Opportunities to cure should be notarized and sent certified mail. All right. If you got your process together, all right, because if they acquiesce to something, yes, that holds up. If you're not arguing in court, most of y'all don't know how to present it in court. I'm going to have to get off. I got a call I got to take, y'all. I'm going to come back. We're going to finish this. But I got to take a call real quick. So I'm going to come back in a little bit, and we're going to finish this in a little bit, y'all, okay? Peace to God.